Welcome back to RedPrabh Movie Explanation Channel. Today's movie called is Upgrade, 2018, a futuristic action thriller where technology and revenge collide in the most brutal way possible. This is not just a story about revenge, it's about how far technology can control a human mind. Packed with intense action, shocking twists, and a terrifying vision of the future, this movie will keep you hooked till the very end. So without wasting any time, let's dive straight into the story. At the beginning of the movie, we are introduced to a man named Gray. Gray is a car mechanic. He has just returned home after fixing a customer's car when his wife also arrives from work. Talking about Gray's wife, she works for a very big company. That day, Gray is going to deliver a car to his client, and he asks his wife to come along with him. She doesn't refuse and goes with Gray in their automatic car. Gray takes her to his client Aaron's house, which is extremely advanced. Aaron is a brilliant scientist who constantly conducts experiments to make the world a better place. That day, he shows Gray a chip. Aaron tells Gray and his wife that this chip is going to be the biggest discovery in human history so far, because it can do almost anything. However, Gray is not very happy with this experiment. He believes that humans themselves are capable of doing many things better than machines. After this, Gray and his wife sit back in their car and start heading home. Since the car is automatic, they don't pay much attention to driving. Suddenly, the car changes its direction on its own. Gray desperately tries to stop it, but the car is completely out of control. A short distance ahead, the car overturns. Although they are not badly injured at first, after a few moments, some masked people arrive at the scene. They pull both of them out of the car. The attackers shoot and kill Gray's wife, but they only break Gray's spinal cord and then leave. Because of his spinal cord injury, Gray is completely unable to move from his place, while his wife lies dead beside him. Right in front of Gray's eyes, his wife takes her last breath. After this, we see Gray lying in a hospital bed. He is now completely paralyzed. The movie then jumps straight to 3 months later. Gray is now able to do a few small tasks with the help of a wheelchair, and his mother takes care of him. One day, while Gray's mother is cutting his hair, Gray suddenly breaks down and starts crying. In just one moment, his happy and carefree life has been completely destroyed. The next day, Gray and his mother visit Detective Cortez. Gray asks her whether she has found the men responsible for the attack. The detective tells him that so far they have not received any information about them, but they are doing their best from their side. Hearing this, Gray becomes even more angry. He has been visiting the police station again and again for a long time, but the police have still found nothing. That night, after returning home, Gray is taking his medicine through an automated machine. He repeatedly tells the machine to inject the dose into his body, because he wants to end his life. However, the machine suddenly stops, because if it gives him one more dose, Gray will die due to a medicine overdose. Because of the overdose, Gray becomes unconscious. After this, he opens his eyes in the hospital. After a short while, Aaron also arrives there. He tells Gray that he feels very sad seeing his condition, but he has a solution that can help Gray walk on his own legs again. Aaron reminds him of the chip he had shown him earlier and says that this chip can give him a new life. Gray agrees to Aaron's proposal, because in his mind, he is already alive but feels completely dead inside. This operation is something that must remain hidden from the outside world. The operation takes place at Aaron's house. After a few hours of surgery, the chip is successfully implanted inside Gray. Shortly after the operation, Gray's hands and legs begin to function normally again. With the help of the chip, he slowly starts walking. Gray is extremely happy to see himself walking once again. Aaron then makes Gray sign an agreement stating that he will not tell anyone outside about this experiment. Gray signs the agreement. Aaron also explains that Gray's brain will give commands to the chip, and the chip will act according to those instructions. After returning home, Gray notices that the detective has sent some files to his house. Inside those files, there is also a video recording of the incident that happened to him that day. Suddenly, Gray hears a voice. When he turns around, no one is there. He then realizes that the voice is not coming from behind him, but from inside his own body. The chip has started talking to him, and only Gray can hear it. While watching the video again, the chip shows Gray that one of the attackers had a tattoo on his hand that day. Gray could not see it clearly before, but the chip scans the image. With Gray's help, the chip recreates that tattoo on a piece of paper. After seeing the tattoo, Gray realizes that it is a military tattoo. The chip then scans the tattoo again, extracts location information from it, and provides Gray with an address. Gray becomes very happy, because now he finally has a way to track down his wife's killers. Without wasting any time, Gray goes directly to the location provided by the chip. When he enters the house, he finds no one there, so he starts searching for evidence. While looking around, he notices some messages belonging to the bar owner near his house. As Gray is examining everything, a man suddenly arrives there. Gray notices him, hides, and then attacks him from behind. At first, the man overpowers Gray. But the moment Gray gives the chip permission to take control and kill him, Gray becomes incredibly powerful. He dodges every single attack from the man. However, the chip begins killing that man in an extremely brutal way, while Gray watches helplessly. Gray did not want to kill that man, but the chip kills him in a very brutal way. After this, the chip instructs Gray to clean all traces of the crime so that if the police investigate, they won't find any evidence against them. Gray follows the chip's instructions and removes all the evidence. After this, we are shown Gray at Aaron's house. Aaron is extremely angry with Gray because he has been misusing the chip. Aaron tells Gray that he can trace him using the chip, so wherever Gray goes, Aaron will always know his location. He warns Gray to stay away from such murder cases. Meanwhile, the detective is also investigating the case of the man's death. During her investigation, she discovers that Gray was present near the murder location. Because of this, she decides to visit Gray's house to investigate further. As soon as she arrives, the detective tells Gray that she had lied to him earlier when she said she didn't have any information about his wife's killers. In reality, they had identified one suspect, but since they only suspected him and had no solid proof, they could not take any action. However, that same man died yesterday, and Gray was also present in that area at the time of his murder. Gray responds by asking if she is suspecting him. He says that he cannot even walk properly and that he also has proof to support this. He even tells her that if she still doesn't believe him, she can stab his leg with a knife to check. The detective says nothing more and leaves, because she still doesn't have solid evidence against Gray. After this, Gray goes straight to a bar where he believes he will find the second killer of his wife. As soon as he enters, he tells everyone sitting there that one of them killed his wife. He warns them to stand up and confess right now. Since Gray is paralyzed, no one takes him seriously. Suddenly, one man stands up and admits that he killed Gray's wife. He takes Gray inside the bar, planning to kill him. As soon as they go inside, Gray gives full control to the chip. The chip then brutally kills everyone present there, one by one. In the end, that man reveals that a person named Fisk paid them money to kill Gray's wife. As soon as he says this, the chip kills him on the spot. The chip then warns Gray that Aaron has tracked their location and is trying to shut the chip down. It tells Gray that before it completely powers off, he must reach a hacker who can reboot it. Before shutting down, the chip writes a code on Gray's hand, explaining that this code will help the hacker restart the system. Gray somehow reaches near the hacker's building, but by then, 30% of the chip has already shut down. Still, Gray keeps moving forward. By the time he reaches the hacker's room, the chip completely shuts off. Just before turning off, it knocks once on the hacker's door. At the same time, Fisk also arrives at the bar. Using a device implanted in his finger, he realizes that Gray is responsible for everything. It is revealed that these people are highly advanced humans with machines implanted inside their bodies. The hacker opens the door, takes money from Gray's hand, and brings him inside. She starts rebooting the chip using the code written on Gray's hand. She tells Gray that it will take some time for the system to fully activate. When she notices that Fisk is approaching, she quickly escapes from the building. Meanwhile, Aaron's men also arrive at the location. As soon as Fisk enters the building, Gray's chip finally reboots. Gray starts running away. Fisk's friend chases Gray, while Aaron's men also arrive. Seeing Aaron's men, Fisk kills them inside the elevator itself using the gun implanted in his body. Gray continues running and reaches the top of the building, where he has no way left to escape. He gives full control to the chip again, and within moments, the chip kills Fisk's friend using his own implanted gun. After this, Gray returns home, where his mother is shocked to see him standing on his feet. Gray makes her sit down and tells her everything about Aaron's experiment. He asks her not to tell anyone about this. His mother holds Gray's hand, and holding it, she finally feels peace. On the other side, Aaron's control over the chip is now completely removed. Later, the detective visits Gray again. She tells him that during last night's incident, they found his wheelchair near the crime scene, and she feels Gray may be involved. Gray lies and says that he was only chasing his wife's killers, and that they were about to kill him, but some people present there saved his life. He claims he has nothing to do with the killings. The detective secretly places a recording device in Gray's jacket and leaves. After she leaves, Gray tells the chip that everything must stop now. But the chip is no longer under his control. It tells Gray that it can now act on its own and no longer needs his commands. The chip warns him that if he doesn't kill the last remaining man, that man will find and kill him. Gray agrees and leaves the house. His mother asks what is happening, but Gray says nothing and walks away. The detective listens to all of this through the recorder. Gray drives away in his car, and the detective starts following him. On the road, Gray notices the recording device and throws it out of the car. He also realizes that the detective is following him. Gray speeds up, but the detective continues chasing him. The chip then takes control of another automated car on the road and causes an accident with the detective's car. Luckily, the detective survives with only minor injuries. Gray finally reaches Fisk's house and asks him who actually paid him to kill his wife. Fisk refuses to answer, and a violent fight breaks out between them. Fisk overpowers Gray because he is also an upgraded human and is about to kill him. Gray cleverly traps him in conversation and forces him backward. The man falls onto a sharp piece of glass below, which kills him instantly. After this, Gray removes a device from his ear and realizes the truth. All of this was actually planned by Aaron. Aaron had only hired those goons to break Gray's spinal cord so he could use Gray for his experiment. However, those same goons also ended up killing Gray's wife. After learning this, Gray immediately goes to Fisk's house to kill him. As soon as Gray arrives, he confronts Fisk and asks why he killed his wife for the sake of his experiment. While Gray is still talking to him, the detective suddenly arrives from behind and orders Gray to put his hands up and lie down. But the moment the detective touches Gray, the chip takes complete control of his body. Gray attacks the detective, and the chip is about to kill her. Somehow, with extreme effort, Gray regains partial control over himself and manages to stop the chip from killing her. The detective then gives Gray an electric shock, which temporarily shuts the chip down. Fisk then reveals the truth. He tells Gray that he did not kill his wife, it was the chip that killed her. The chip had created a technical malfunction in Gray's car, which caused the accident. In reality, the chip had chosen Gray so it could enter his body and kill Fisk. Fisk explains that he is the only person capable of creating another chip like this, and the chip does not want anyone else to exist who can recreate it. That is why it wants Fisk dead. But before anything else can happen, the chip activates again and kills Fisk. The chip then turns toward the detective and is about to kill her as well. Once again, Gray struggles to regain control. However, this time the chip traps Gray inside his own memories. In his mind, Gray is reliving moments with his wife in the hospital and inside Fisk's house. In reality, Gray ends up killing the detective. At this point, it is no longer Gray acting, it is the chip that has completely taken over his mind. Now, even if Gray wants to, he can never get rid of the chip. With this dark realization, and with this, the movie comes to an end. If you liked it, don't forget to like the video. If you are new to the channel, then definitely subscribe to the channel so that I keep getting motivation and I keep bringing the best videos for you all. Until then, bye.